Welcome to this session. This is the second part of the tutorial video on Excel. In this episode, we'll try to include a few tips and tricks connected with the use of Excel. In the previous part, we have seen cell identity and cell reference, range, etc. So this time, we'll just try to include some 10 tips connected with the use of Excel. The first tip I would like to just share here is how to introduce background picture into the Excel worksheet. Well, the Excel worksheet is very black and white, very plain, and it's not very interesting. So to make it colorful and interesting, okay, we can go to page layout and you can click on background. Yes, we can just click on from a file. If you have saved any picture, okay, on the desktop I have saved a picture, I can directly insert that picture here. So we can see a background picture coming just behind the Excel sheet, which looks very graceful now. But the only problem is that the cells may go a little dark. Anyway, we can have even colorings and go to home and then click on this small drop down arrow and you can select any of the colors. Okay, let me just select yellow, and then I can merge it into a single cell like this. Okay, so now you can see the color is appearing this way. So you can just type timetable. If I just type timetable here, this will be automatically entered here, or I can directly double click on that and enter timetable for class 12. If I do type it this way, it will appear. So now I can this is a single cell now, it is merged into one. So here you can increase the font size like this. Okay, you can change the font, you can make it bold, you can change the font color also. You can change it into any color. Okay, let me just put this color. The title is ready. Remaining part, the timetable can be just yes, we can just select the needed number of columns, rows and columns, and then insert the color, and it will all appear here like this. Okay, so let me just change the color to something different. But here you can just see as a single cell, but actually it's not a single cell. There are many cells within it. To highlight those cells, you can once again select that much portion. You can just go here and then select all borders. All borders means all borders will appear this way. Okay, now I'll just show how to merge these two into one. Okay, now when I just click on merge and center, this will become one. Okay, I am undoing it by pressing Ctrl Z, so it comes back. Okay, here you can just type the days, Monday, okay, Tuesday, etc. So here the days can appear. Here the number of periods, first period, second period, all these periods can be written here, first, second, third, like that. So also just see how to centralize it. Okay, now when you enter, by default the letters will go to the right hand side, so you can centralize it by selecting it and then click on this centralize. Center means it will come into the center. Okay, fine. So you can increase the font size once again, and here also you can change color, or you can change the font color this way, it will be highlighted. So this is a simple thing. You can add any information in these columns, and it may not be about, it should not be only about timetable, it can be about anything that we document. So the only thing is that the document looks very colorful. Okay, we can add color to the Excel worksheet. So that's the first thing I would like to introduce. So I would like to just introduce one more tip here, how to increase the width of the columns. The cell size can be increased in two different ways. So what you can do here is, you can see the cell identity a row, column numbers A, B, C are here, 1, 2, 3 row numbers are all here. So in between you get this much space only. What you can do is take the cursor, mouse pointer between these two, A and B, okay, somewhere like this, and then click and drag. You can increase the cell width this way. So to increase the row width, you can take the mouse pointer between 1 and 2, or any other two numbers, between any two numbers, and then click and drag. So you can see the cell has become a very bigger cell. Here you can type any amount of text you can type. And now when I am typing it here, you can see another tip I would like to share here is, this is appearing at the very bottom. So if you want to make it in the center, you can just click here. It will become in the center. So this center is about the text, right and left and center. Here this is about the height, top, middle and lower portion. So this you can just click on that to make it centralized, totally centralized. So that's one thing. Here again you can change and manipulate the text and increase the size of the text. And here one thing you have to notice here is this cell, the boundary is appearing only up to here, but whatever text you type, it is going to the next cell, or it's going to the next cells B and C. It is touching. Row number 1 is there. Of course we are entering it into row number 1, but the text is going is going beyond the cell A1. It is transcending the limits of A1. It is going to B and C. In such a case, what we can do here is, here after H I want to make a division. For example, I want that text to come down to the same cell. What I can do here is I am going to use two keys from the keyboard, Alt key and Enter key. When I press Alt key and Enter key, you can see what has happened. Into A1, into the cell A1, you have seen two lines appearing. So within the cell itself we can create a division this way. The shortcut is Alt key, ALT key plus Enter. Pressing Alt, you have to press Enter. Now you can see the text gets divided in the cell within the cell itself. For example, here between this A and S, I want to make a division. What I can do is take the mouse pointer in between A and S and press on Alt key and Enter. So what happens is exactly there it gets divided. So I have made 3 rows within a cell itself. So this is the second tip I would like to provide. Together with that, we have seen how to increase the width of the cells by clicking in between A and B. You can increase, or you can select anyone. K and L I am taking. So between K and L I can click and then drag. The size will be increased. Between F and G, I can take the mouse pointer in between, click and drag. The size of F gets enormous. It becomes big. Here I will just select a cell. The reference is F14. I want to increase the height of that. I can just drag it this way, so it becomes bigger in size. I don't want this much width, so what I can do is click between F and G and drag it to the left side. You can see what happens. So this is a cell. So you can mark the cell. Okay, all borders. So you can click. You can see the cell this way. And now together with that, I would like to show another one. Suppose this is a cell and you have to give a darkened border, bold border. You can again go back to this all borders, and here you can see thick border, thick box border. When you click on that, you can see this, the boldness increases. The cell looks very dignified and very, it looks like a box. Okay, fine. The next tip I would like to share here is how to save this Excel worksheet with a password. See, unlike Word, Excel carries some secret data. For the teacher, sometimes it may be a confidential marks. For the businessman, it may be some confidential data, some accounting details. So there comes the element of privacy. We cannot publish everything that you work on. So you would like to have, this is the most interesting aspect of Excel, you can lock it with a password. How to lock it with a password? Let me go to that first sheet so that you remember, you can remember what all things we have done. First we have seen how to how to insert a background picture to make it colorful. Then we have seen how to highlight the columns, how to increase the width. We discussed about how to divide the lines within a cell, Alt or Enter key we have discussed about, and then we have seen the different cell formatting. Anyway, just imagine that this worksheet contains a lot of huge important data which you don't want to share with others. So what you can do is, I'm going to close this, but before closing, definitely we have to save the file, as you all know. So go to Save As, and the location you have to select. I am going to save it on desktop. So that on desktop I am going to select. So what I can do here is, you can just look at this tools. When you try to save it as something with a name, you have to give a name. So let me type the name confidential. Just because a file name like confidential is given, it will not remain confidential. It has to be locked. What you have to do is go to tools, then go to general options. Here it will ask for a password. So let me type the password. Let it be a very complicated secret password. So at present I am just putting 1234. Password to modify also 1234. So I am clicking OK. It will again ask to re-enter the password. So exact password you have to re-enter 1234. It will again ask for re-entering because there are two passwords given. One is just to read the file, another is to modify the file. That means what? Well, somebody who got the password to read can read. Somebody who has got the password to change the document only can change the document. So there are two options. So here I have given password for editing as well as for viewing. So I can here now save. Here you can see the file is securely saved. I am closing the file, and here you can see the file is saved here, confidential. So when I just click on confidential, the first thing that it will ask is password. Without password you cannot even view. So I am typing the password 1234, and then it will again ask for, you click on that and then you can see the file. Here it will again ask for the next password, a password with which we can modify the document. Suppose you don't have that password, modifying password, you can just click on read only. The moment you click read only, the file will open for you. You can just view the file. You cannot edit the file. So let me just once again close it and open it, typing both. It will ask for password, type password, again it will ask for modifying password, both. So the file opens and you can do whatever you want with the file. You can make changes, whatever, it will be saved. And the moment you save it, when you close the files after saving it, the password also will be saved and it will be secure.